Okay, this is the homework. Okay, well, most class we did number 4, all of it. Number 5 we did first 3 A, B, C. Some class I didn't do D and F. Some class I did F and not E. So I'll do all the bottom 5, D, E, and F. Okay. So this is point. This is a slope. So point slope formula is y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. So as long as we have a point slope, the rate is the slope, okay, you can use point slope formula, and that's a point slope formula. It's a point x sub 1, y sub 1, and the slope. That's why it's called point slope formula. So you do y and minus y1 is 9 equals to m. M is this. M is negative 2 over 3, and then parentheses x minus x sub 1 is this negative 1 here. Here's where a lot of kids make a mistake. They don't put negative 3. They put 3 instead of negative 3. And then it's important to do additive inverse, plus 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 a negative. Okay, and that's point slope. And here is E, same thing. Point slope formula is what? Point and a slope. That's why this equation is called point slope. Y minus y sub 1, x sub 1, y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Of course, m is the slope, right? Y minus y sub 1 is this negative 2 equals to m. M is 1 over 5 parentheses x minus, and then of course x is negative 5, not 5, okay? Then you do additive inverse, any minus problem. F, same thing. First is the formula. I know kids, when they first learn it, they don't want to write the formula, but it's best to write the formula so you can memorize it better if you have to write it. So here you would do y minus y sub 1, that's x sub 1, y sub 1 is 3 equals to m. M is the rate of change, same thing as slope. It's negative 2 parentheses x minus x sub 1, which is negative 4. Additive inverse plus a negative plus a negative. Okay. All right, most classes, well, depend on which class you're in. I know every class I did number 11, so I'm not going to do number 11. So I'll do the rest because a different class I did different problems. So number 6, start out with this is a point, this is a slope. So point slope formula is the formula for point slope, y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Okay, that's anytime you have a point and a slope, point slope. Y minus y sub 1 is this 11, m is 5, x minus x sub 1, which is 2. Okay, after you do that, additive inverse, and then distribute. So the two new steps that you need to learn is this. You're going to first distribute, parentheses first, and then make 0 to the y side. Okay, so that's 2 new steps beside making it into slope-intercept form to find the y-intercept. It says calculate the y-intercept. For the following problem, calculate the y-intercept of each line when given the slope and 1 point on the that lies on a line. Okay, textbook page, you'll find it somewhere in there. All right. So distribute first. 5x plus a negative 2. Y plus a negative 11. Add 11 to both sides, make 0 on the y side. Get y equals to 5x plus 9. So the y-intercept is 9. Okay, number 7, same thing. Start out with the formula, because when you first learn, you need to write the formula, otherwise you'll forget. Most of you forget for fast anyway, so it doesn't hurt to write the formula each time. Y minus y sub 1, it's x sub 1, y sub 1. 5 equals to m is 3, parentheses x minus 2. Additive inverse, distribute, parentheses, and then make 0 on the y side. That's negative 6. Make 0 on the y side, y equals to 3x plus a negative 1. So the y-intercept here is negative 1. Okay. Number 8, point and a slope. Point slope is y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Okay, let's substitute the numbers in. Y minus 3, 4 parentheses x minus 1. Distribute for x plus a negative. Okay, make 0 to the y side. Step 2, make 0 to the y side. Y equals to 4x plus a negative 1. Oh, y-intercept is negative 1 again. I'll just write y-intercept as letter B. So y-intercept is equal to negative 1. Okay, number 9, same thing. Y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Y minus 1 equals to m is 2 parentheses x minus x sub 1, which is 5. Additive inverse. Okay, distribute 2x plus negative 10. We always do parentheses first, right? And then make 0 on the y side. Number 10, remember point slope. Y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Okay, always formula. Y minus y sub 1 is 32 equals m is negative 5, parentheses x minus x sub 1, which is 16. Additive inverse. Distribute first. Y plus negative 32. Make negative 32 equal to 0 because it's on the y side and we want to isolate the y. Y equals negative 5x plus 112. So the y-intercept is okay, number 11. We did number 11 in all my classes, so I won't do number 11. Number 12, start out with the point slope formula. I'll call solve rate of change. Y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. point slope formula. It's x sub 1, y sub 1. Y minus y sub 1 is 1 equals m is 1/5. That's the rate of change. X minus x sub 1. Okay, y minus 1, distribute. 1 over 5x plus 1 over 5 times negative 10. Goes in twice times 1 is negative 2. Okay, now make 0 to the y side. Transfer there. Okay, and number 13. This is a point, and this is the rate of change, which is also known as slope. Rate of change is known as slope. Y. Hey, this is, that's a y-intercept, and this is the rate of change. This is m, this is b. I can use y equals to mx plus b. But it didn't say that. The direction says to write it in point slope. I need to go back to the direction, point slope, and then solve it to slope-intercept form. Oh, well. Okay, y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Y minus 6 equals to m, the rate of change is negative 4 parentheses x minus 0. Okay, so distribute. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times 0 is 0. Equals y plus a negative 6. Additive inverse, right? Add 6. Y-intercept. Oh, I didn't put what the y-intercept here. Well, b is, okay. B is the y-intercept of negative 1. Y-intercept of 6. Or 0, 6, right? Okay, I did start out with you for number 14A. I expect you to do that. 14B, Mitch saved money he received as gifts and put it towards buying the bike. When he had 1 week allowance to his savings, he had this many dollars. Also 1 week allowance at that many dollars. So remember x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, 1 week allowance to his saving accounts, he has that. So remember, dollar sign is always y. 1 week. 3 more weeks to his savings, he had $161. Okay, we're doing rate of change. Rate of change, remember, is slope. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So y sub 2 is 161 minus 125 equals to 36, right? Yes. Over x sub 2 is 3 minus 1, 2, which is equal to 18. So he's saving $18 every 1 month. All right, B. Remember to write a sentence, one thing you learned. Okay, y-intercept, B. So B is 3, 0, 3. And then remember slope-intercept form. Slope is y equals to mx plus b. Okay. All right. All right, slope is 1 over, slope is, who knows, b is 3 for sure, right? And the slope, we're not sure yet. We can put dots though and find, remember if you write your name, if you put your name on here, it's going up, okay? So you put a dot there, put a dot here. Oops, that's too huge. Okay. There, dot at -2, dot at -4, and dot at -6 and -6. Because your name is going up, you can find slope by counting the graph. Okay. Start out at the bottom because it's going up 3 over 2. Up is positive, right 2. Up 3 over 2. 3 over 2, up 3, left, right 2. So up 3 over 2 is your rate of change or slope. 3 over 2. And that's the equation. And then write me a sentence of what you learned.